Hey everybody, I'm Katrina from In Cat We Trust and one of the hosts and writers of Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. This is Women's Wrestling Talk News Edition, and I have a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. Now, this past weekend was WrestleMania week, and all wrestling fans know that WrestleMania week is a really big week for wrestling in general. And so WWE had quite a few things happening, so let's touch a little bit on that. Queen Sharmell was inducted into the 2022 Hall of Fame class. Sharmell came from WCW as a dancer, but also as a manager to quite a few wrestlers in WCW. When she got to WWE, she was married to Booker T, and she became known to many fans as Queen Sharmell, where she kind of was the extra part of his King of the Ring gimmick. She had an eloquent and very well-spoken speech, and I was very proud of Sharmell and how beautiful she looks. So again, congratulations for making it into the Hall of Fame, Queen Sharmell, for me and us at Women's Wrestling Talk. Also, there was quite a few women's matches on the WrestleMania card. So we had Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair did retain her SmackDown Women's title. We also had Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, and Bianca did beat Becky Lynch to become a two-time women's title holder, but also the first time she is a Raw Women's title holder. It was an amazing match, so if you haven't checked it, please go watch it. We also had a fatal four-way match for the women's tag team title. So we had Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Natty and Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks and Naomi. And now all these women on the card are amazing women. However, we had a lot of black girl magic happening, and Sasha Banks and Naomi did win this, which is super amazing. So all this beautiful black girl magic happened at WWE this past week. Now, WWE also had NXT Stand and Deliver, which was their pay-per-view for the WrestleMania weekend. So there was a fatal four-way for the NXT Women's title. It was Mandy Rose, who was the champion, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, and Kylie Rae. Mandy Rose did retain her NXT Women's title and also revealed a new NXT Women's belt, which was pretty nice, I have to admit. And so congratulations, Mandy, on retaining. Stand and Deliver also had Women's Tag Team Championships for NXT on the line, and it was Toxic Attractions, JC Jane and Gigi Garland versus Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, and Dakota and Raquel wound up becoming the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. It was a really, really good match, and I'm really happy for Raquel and Dakota Kai. Also, during WrestleMania week was Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, where a Women's World Championship match occurred to find out who is going to be the new interim Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. The match was between Mercedes Martinez and Willow Nightingale, and Mercedes was victorious and became the new interim Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. Now, it is important to note that Deonna Purrazzo did win the original Ring of Honor Women's World Champion from Roxy a couple of months ago, and so I am interested to see what they're going to do with this. Are they going to combine the titles? Are they going to have Mercedes versus Deonna to see who's going to be the actual women's title holder? Too many options, but I can't wait to see what happens with that. And again, congratulations, Mercedes, from us here at Women's Wrestling Talk. Also, during WrestleMania week, they had quite a few other promotions having events, one of them being Impact's Multiverses of Matches. Now, Taya Valkyrie did return to Impact, and Taya is the longest reigning Knockouts champion in Impact history. Anyway, she returned to confront Deonna Purrazzo, and so now the two will meet at Impact's Rebellion on April 23rd, 2022. They will be fighting for the AAA Reina De Reinas championship, and I cannot wait because both women are absolutely fantastic. So you guys, please be on the lookout for that match and pay-per-view. Thank you so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk News Edition. Please don't forget to check out the website at www.talkpod.com. Also follow us on social media at www.talkpod. Check out the YouTube and subscribe to that and Fight TV to check out interviews every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Again, I am Katrina from In Cat We Trust. You can find me on anything at In Cat We Trust. The E is a 3 on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.